Hey guys, this is Doug. Got a 2019 RZR Turbo XP, and I was out in Utah this past weekend, or well, last weekend I guess, and my door almost came off the hinges. What happened is the pin that holds the door hinge in, this guy right here, the lock washer popped off that, this little lock washer right here, and the pin came out. And the door was just kind of flopping on the bottom part. So came back and said, hey, you know, I need to go fix that. And when I did, I said, you know, I think I'm going to fix this obnoxious rattle since day one. And I don't know if any of you other guys have RZRs that's this year model and still have the factory doors have the same problem. But all of my doors do this. Now let me zoom out here. So I'm just going to pull up and down on the door and listen to this. So I hear this constantly. All four doors do that. All four doors make that obnoxious rattle. The ones on the other side actually make a crazy squeak. And it's all due to the fact that this little pin right here that holds this hinge on doesn't have any tension. And the clearance is so wide on this that allows it to vibrate. So you get that crazy vibration happening. So I did a little fix here. I'm doing it on, I've already done it with this door. I wish I would have done this a long time ago. And the fix now makes the door sound like this. Absolutely quiet. No noise at all. Still closes fine. So what did I do? So what I ended up doing is I went to the hardware store and I replaced this Carter pin, just drop pin with the locking washer on it, with a 5/16 stainless steel bolt, because I don't want it to rust. It's gonna get water on it. I went and got two nylon, and these are just cheap finishing washers. And I went and got a lock nut, a nylon coated lock nut on the inside. So it's stainless steel with a nylon lock nut, a nylon interior lock nut, and two washers. And when I put this on, I put washer on the top, washer on the bottom, and I use this bolt to actually create just a little tension. So I just push down on this enough, or tighten this enough to cause it to just put a little tension on that. And what that does is that snugs it up very, very nice, and you don't get any of that crazy vibration. Now, what's going to end up happening though, the reason I don't do that from the factory is because since there's no tension on it, you can open this door or close it a million times and the wear is pretty low on it. When you do this trick, what's going to end up happening is when you open the door and close it a million times, it's going to end up wearing down this little nylon. That's the reason I use the nylon. You could do it without using the nylon, but if you did that, what would happen is the stainless steel bolt would actually cut in to the hinge, and you'd eventually have to replace the hinge. So the trick is snug it up only enough to make it nice and snug when you on the door, so you don't get the vibration and everything, but not too tight so that it starts cutting in, and these nylon washers will help that. So you could have used a nut that has Loctite, and you could have just Loctited it down, blue Loctite, and but that would just make it harder to get off to replace these little nylon washers. So, you know, these nylon washers are cheap, 20 cents or so. So I went and bought to my hardware store, which is kind of expensive. You know, the bolt, the nut, the two washers cost me for a whole set of 8 of these, because I got 4 doors, cost me about 20 bucks, 18 bucks, something like that, to replace them. As far as putting them in, it's super easy to do. On the front doors on the RZR, my year model, you don't have to do anything. You literally just take the old one out, just pop the little lock nut off, and just pull up the pin, drop in the new hardware, and then just tighten it down to the snugness. On the back ones, and there is a little trick to the back ones here, and I'm gonna kind of walk around. You got to do a little bit of work, but not a lot. And the little work you need to do is you're going to need to take this plastic off or loosen it up. This plastic actually kind of covers the bolt right there. So to do that, there's two screws you got to pop out right here and right here. Once you pop that out, then you can actually pull the panel out enough to give you clearance to get in there on the top and the bottom, and remove the old hardware, put the new hardware in. So it's as simple as that. And again, these are awful. I mean, this is just another door, and you can see how it was making the noise. Same way with this guy right here. This one was the worst one because I used it the most, right? And so anyway, this will quieten that down and fix it. Anyway, hope you guys found this useful. I wish I would have done a long time ago. Catch you guys later.